more confusing. So we don't know whether to call these intelligence extraterrestrials or non-terrestrials or something. Best just call them intelligence. It's something made by somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Why would they need a mundane human radio frequency to communicate? So if you stop and think about that, there's only one reason. Evidently there's information sharing going on. And so maybe these are part of programs which are so black that there is a cooperation going on between intelligences from elsewhere and human beings.
Now, after everything that you've seen, are you 100% convinced that this is extraterrestrial, that these objects are extraterrestrial, or put there by an extraterrestrial entity?
Well, as I said, I hate to use the word extraterrestrial anymore because we don't know, like Whitley Strieber calls them the visitors. Well, we don't know whether the visitors are time travelers, whether they come from the inner Earth, from another dimension which is parallel to ours, whether they come from another planet in our galaxy or some planet in another galaxy, or whether they travel through black holes, or whether they're intelligence from another universe.
Mm-hmm.
So how in the world do we have the right to even put a name on them?
Yeah, well, you've got a point there.
Strangely enough, now, every day, there's more evidence coming forth to indicate that all of this stuff is something that has been created here. And with that, we have a secret technology which has been going on for a long, long time, and that our own science may be advanced hundreds of years past what academic science has to offer. So I don't know how to answer your question.
Well, I think you did a good enough job. Now, let me ask you this million-dollar question. Why isn't this all over the news? You'd think, you've got the science to back it up. You're not trying to make a wild claim like some people are, and they get the news time. I know you've been on many television shows and many news broadcasts, but you'd think that there would be a much bigger deal about this topic, unless I'm wrong.
Well, you would think so, but, it goes back to the fact of the illustration I have of with the public panic if they knew there were visitors or non-terrestrials visiting here. Let's say a big 3-football-sized craft landed on the Hollywood freeway during rush hour. Would there be a panic? And I would say absolutely yes. Everybody would be on their cell phone calling Caltrans to get it moved because they had to get home.
Yes, it's a traffic jam. Who cares that ETs revealed themselves? It's a traffic jam.
Right. Not that they came, 10 trillion miles or light years through space, but that it's there and they got to get home. So I think that would be the panic. By the same token, this information, which seems to be seeping forth, disclosure is happening. For those folks that want to know when it's going to happen, it's happening now. There's constant bombardment on the news of stuff that's coming out, and I think when the truth is known, it's not going to come out of the UFO community. It's going to just be there, and the public and the newspapers will get it because of the curiosity factor. Right now, humans control the news. All news is controlled. Mm-hmm. And what we get, for example, on your radio show or from Coast to Coast or dozens of others, have a limited audience. Even if we talk about 30 to 40 million people worldwide, that's a limited audience.
Right.
Now, people are getting smarter, so they're going elsewhere for their news other than sitting home during the standard news broadcast at dinner time.
Well, hopefully they'll continue getting it from shows like this one and Coast to Coast. Dr. Leir, we're at the bottom of the hour, so hold on one second. We'll be right back here with Dr. Roger Leir here on BVRN, the Black Vault Radio Network. See you in a minute. Welcome back to the Black Vault Radio. I am your host, John Greenwell Jr., joined today with Dr. Roger Leir. An amazing story. His research backed up by science. These aren't wild claims. Anybody can check out the research he's done. He's written 9 books. Is that right, Dr. Leir? 9? 7? 7 books now. I'm sure you can get them on not only Amazon.com, but check out his website, alienscalpel.com. Dr. Leir, it's amazing to hear you say that disclosure is happening. That's obviously been a topic of debate here on the Black Vault Radio for some weeks now with different guests, some saying it is happening, others saying that it isn't. And you believe that when this happens, it's not going to come from the UFO community, which I find an interesting statement, because when you do look at the news, anybody can go to news.google.com, search for UFO. It's amazing to see how many UFO headlines are really out there right now. So do you think the media is finally taking this topic seriously?
I think they're taking it a little more seriously than they did in the past because they're allowed to do so. I hate to stick my nose out, but I think that a lot of news is controlled. There's controlled release of information. I've seen it both in the news media and the entertainment media. But again, I think the information is happening. It's coming right now. There's stuff out. You got to kind of read between the lines. I've had someone else who I have a thorough faith in, that's an insider, who tells me one of the avenues they're going to release this information is through academic science. First to academic science, and then to the public. That's only one methodology. The other methodology is that people are going to start finding things all over the world. There are going to be strange things. Like I just got email today telling me about a rock that was found in Roswell. And it's about 2.5 inches across, and it has an inscription like was seen in a crop circle, which were the phases of the moon and the eclipse of the sun, a rock. All of a sudden something pops up. In Bolivia, there was the crash of recently of a meteorite, but the meteorite didn't make a trough. It made a hole which immediately filled up with water, and hundreds of people went to see it, and they all became ill. So
interesting.
There's stuff that's happening. It's every day all around the world. There's more sightings now than ever. I just had a sighting the other night of some strange vehicle coming down the Santa Rosa Valley with my daughter. It just goes on and on and on.
And there's a lot of UFO activity actually up there where you are. You and I were about 45 minutes or so apart. You're around the Ventura, Santa Barbara area. Is that correct?
Right. That's correct.
And it's a big hot spot up there. Is that an accurate statement? I mean, I hear a lot of activity up there.
Yes, there always has been, but you have to remember this is also an area which is probably ringed with underground facilities from China Lake to the Rocketdyne facility. So, and then on the coast we've got antenna dishes that go out over the water. Nobody knows who owns them. There's phony signs on them. We've got Point Magoo Naval Air Station. There's all kinds of military stuff that's surrounding this area.
Yeah, I must say it's a beautiful area. I go hiking up in that area all the time, and it's a beautiful area. But like you said, lots of activity going on up there. Alienscalpel.com. Check out Dr. Leir on the internet. And if you're interested in getting some FaceTime with Dr. Leir, getting some autographs of his multiple books that are released, you have that opportunity this weekend, August 16th and the 17th in Santa Maria, California. If you're interested in going to Santa Maria or around the area, you can attend the Central Coast Science UFO Symposium, which Dr. Leir is going to be the master of ceremonies. I believe you're also doing a presentation or two. Is that right, Dr. Leir?
Yes, I'll be doing one formal 1-hour presentation.
Fantastic. So you have the opportunity to see Dr. Leir. Also, you can check out more information about this conference online at www.centralcoastscience-ufosymposium.com. You can also find the link via the Black Vault Radio Network page if you're listening on that site. Just go ahead and click on the Central Coast Science UFO Symposium or visit centralcoastscience-ufosymposium.com. I've also got a toll-free number for you if you're interested in registering or for more information. Dial 877 877-937-7UFO. Again, 877-937-7UFO. Now, Dr. Leir,